everyone. A lot has happened since our last update on Wednesday afternoon, so we wanted to let you know that our association is staying on top of these developments, and we'll continue to update members frequently. Dave Tanner is going to give us an update on our association operations, but before he does that, I want to thank Dave and his team, his amazing team, for the work they're doing to keep our association moving forward during this time. We are so fortunate to have this team working for us, and I just want to give them, as well as the rest of the executive team, our heartfelt thanks. Dave.
Well, on behalf of all of the team members of the staff here, we appreciate your kind words, and we also are doing our very best to provide the quality services that we can for all of our members. Most committees are still continuing to meet. That's a good thing, because we do need to continue with the business of the association. Exec committee and strategic planning and finance met today, both by Zoom. Board of directors will meet next Friday by Zoom. Each other committee will make their decisions individually about whether they will meet or not, but I encourage all of our members to continue with meeting, continue doing their committees. It may not seem like it at this point, but this is a relatively short-term situation that we're in, and at the end of it, we're going to have to continue on with the business of the association. And we have to be prepared to do that by continuing to have our committees meet and plan and to move us forward. The store is open online. You can order supplies online. They can be shipped to you. Or if something has to be picked up, we can schedule deliveries through the staff. Same thing with member services. They're fully operational online. We can make appointments. The only thing that you really have to do in person is if somebody wants to pick up a lockbox, and if they do that, then you can make an appointment to pick that up. There is some information that I can give you from MetroList. MetroList is posting information on their login page, and it's constantly being upgraded by the minute as they move forward. Some people have talked about MetroList modifying their rules, and that is not the way that MetroList generally does business. We don't chase the market with the MetroList rules, because then when the market changes, you got rules that you don't want to live with. But what they are doing is they're going to waive enforcement of some of the rules. In particular, one of those is that they are encouraging people to do virtual tours of their listings, and they can post those virtual tours in the public comment section, which you had not been able to do before, but you can post those into the public comment section so that people can actually take a tour of your listing without actually having to go to your listing. And then, of course, if your buyer wants to buy it, everything else that we do through zip forms, we're doing entirely online in most cases anyway. So it allows you to move forward with marketing in the houses. It's entirely up to your seller, of course, whether they want to let you into the house to do that, and it's entirely up to you whether you feel comfortable going into the house to do that. One of the things that MetroList is suggesting is if your seller wants to stop showings of the property, probably the most effective way for you to do that is go in and change the status to hold. If you change the status to hold, the listing is not going to show to other it's not going to show to other brokers. However, when it's in a hold status, the days on market counter stops. So as long as you have it on the hold status, it's not going to show that it was continuing to be on market, because obviously you're not marking it if other brokers can't see it. And so that may be the best way to deal with it if you have a seller that would prefer not to have anybody coming through their house at this time. I think that that's all I have now in MetroList, except be sure you go to the Metrolist website. Also, they're going to be sending out 1 or 2 emails this afternoon to all the participants and subscribers, which was the 2 words I couldn't think of a few minutes ago. And you'll be getting an email from them telling you the changes that they're making also. So everybody just be cautious, observe the warnings that are being given. There is nothing more important to us than everybody maintaining their good health. So take care of yourselves and those around you, and hopefully we will be out of this in the not too distant future. Thank you. And now to Denise? Yes, Denise.
Hello, Denise here. I'm going to talk with you guys about property tours and open houses. So yesterday, as I'm sure you know, Sacramento, Placer, and Yolo counties all enacted formal orders to stay at home. Later in the day, Governor Newsom announced that all Californians are to stay at home. We urge all of our members to heed these orders. Our local directives are enforceable under force of law. We are aware of realtors in the Bay Area who have been under these directives for several days already, have been issued citations for trying to facilitate tours and open houses. We strongly recommend that if you wish to continue to market property or work with buyers, that you find alternatives to tours and open houses. And Dave covered some of that already. It is the highest importance that we consider the health and well-being of our clients, your fellow agents, and the public. The other thing I wanted to touch on while we're talking about fun topics is the CAR Coronavirus Addendum Amendment, Form CVA. We mentioned on Wednesday that CAR created a new form, CVA, which is available in zip forms currently. It addresses issues that may delay your current transactions due to unforeseen circumstances caused by COVID-19, like government closures, travel restrictions, and quarantine. If you have transactions in progress, this contract amendment may help your buyers and sellers clarify how delays or other issues may be handled. Again, this is Form CVA. And now on to Kelly Swain.
Hey, everybody. First, thanks so much for tuning in and taking the time to listen to our important updates. Before we go any further, I want to make sure you all know that you should opt in to receive text messages from SAR for any important information. You can do that by going to 545454 and text the word SAR alerts. So please make sure that you send that text today so we can send you important text alerts if need be. Next topic I'm going to talk to you about, just as a reminder, lending and financial institutions are still operational. Title companies are considered essential businesses. As of today, many are open and working, but office doors are locked and they're not open to the public. So you should ask your escrow officers how their companies are addressing these issues and adapting their practices to respond to the local health department mandates. Many of the offices have provided external drop boxes for checks and other paperwork. Many have staff working both in the office and from home. Escrow officers and mobile notaries are screening signers up front with questions like, 1, have you been exposed to coronavirus? 2, do you have any symptoms of COVID-19? Have you traveled recently? Mobile notaries are doing many of the signings using safe social distance and sanitary practices. For example, they are not, oh, sorry guys, technical glitch here. They are not reusing pens and they are sanitizing their signing spaces. Also of note, the Sacramento County Recorder's Office, as of today, is not open to the public. However, they are still staffed and they are working to record documents and also allowing e-recordings. Some recordings may be slower to be confirmed as the Recorder's Office is operating with limited staff and the e-signing system may be log jammed. In cases where confirmation is not received in a timely manner, many title companies will issue gap endorsements to ensure lenders and owners if recording does not happen immediately. This also allows files to be dispersed and allows buyers to move into properties even if the deed has not been formally recorded. On the lending side, financial institutions are also considered essential businesses. Our loan officer affiliates have reported a lot of interest rate volatility this week. I'm sure you're more than aware of that. but you should touch bases with your loan officers that your clients are working with to see how these swings in interest rates may affect your buyers and their purchases. Thanks so much, and up next is Erin.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in today. We really appreciate it and your attention to these important updates. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the legislative and regulatory things coming down. On Wednesday, we mentioned that the City of Sacramento enacted a temporary moratorium on residential tenant evictions, specifically relating to financial hardships caused by COVID-19. On Wednesday night, the City of West Sacramento also enacted a similar ordinance. It's nearly identical, though you should note that it affects both residential and commercial tenants. So that's a distinct difference between the one passed within the City of Sacramento. Also, West Sacramento also published a form for tenants to complete to specifically notify landlords of their inability to make a full rent payment. And we'll post that link at sacrealtor.org later. That and more specific information relating to the ordinances. Also, according to SAR's government affairs staff, the City of Citrus Heights, the City of Rancho Cordova, and the County of Sacramento may be considering similar ordinances in the next week probably. So we will be sure to update you after those, but keep in mind we have been in very, very close communication with council members, with the Board of Supervisors, their staffs, and we're making sure that they understand that these ordinances really should be consistent, and we're hoping that they implement a lot of similar language to what's already in the existing ordinances, both within the City of Sacramento and the City of West Sacramento. So we will post those links for you. The California State Legislature, as we updated on Wednesday, has adjourned for an early and extended spring recess. But the legislative staffers are still very much working. And today it was announced that when the legislature reconvenes in a few weeks, that they will be considering two bills, one relating to statewide temporary bans on commercial tenant evictions, and another one relating to statewide temporary bans on residential evictions. The language for these bills has not yet been published, so stay tuned over the next few days for that. Typically there's a little bit of a lag, but we will definitely update you when those become available. And then we also let you know on Wednesday that the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, announced a 60-day freeze on foreclosures and evictions. Again, HUD's mandate is specific to FHA loans. So, again, very, very specific to those types of loans and borrowers. The FHFA also ordered Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to suspend foreclosures and evictions for single-family mortgages for at least 60 days. They also announced that for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, they are going to allow payment forbearances up to 12 months. So if you guys remember from our foreclosure and short sale days, a forbearance is basically where they take a past due amount and put it on the back end of the principal balance of the loan. So it seems like those might be coming back, something that, clearly a lot of homeowners may need to take advantage of if they're experiencing financial hardships right now. So anyway, they would allow the payment to be suspended for up to 12 months, it sounds like, due to hardship caused by COVID-19. Again, we'll post all those details. We do have formal press releases for those now, so we'll post those at sacrealtor.org. And now with that, I will turn it back over to Judy. Thanks for tuning in.
I had to unmute myself. So, while you're at home and you have some newly discovered time that you need to fulfill without taking it out on your children or your dogs or your spouses, I'm going to repeat some of the things that we talked about on Wednesday. Number one, you can complete your 45-hour license renewal education, and you may do this for free at CAR member as a CAR member benefit. Complete your NAR C2EX program online for free. listen to the CAR's podcast on housing matters. The topic of their most recent episode recording a few weeks ago is the impact of coronavirus on the housing market. And please participate in the U.S. Census, and you can do that online, and encourage everyone that you know to do the same. Reevaluate your current marketing plans, your farming efforts, your business plans, because our real estate is going to look a little different. You can host a virtual Google Meetup if you choose to with your clients and your family and your friends. Organize your home workspace. And if you're not in an at-risk group, you may consider volunteering at the food bank. But we also want to take a look at the orders that came down from the governor in our county, so we may not be able to do that at this time. But if it's possible, then do it and offer help to fellow realtors, your neighbors, your clients. Because we as realtors, we serve our clients in our community, and we want to be that voice for our community and our clients. Keep your chins up. Work hard at what you're doing at home. Be productive, and have a great weekend.